Hi! So today I want to make cinnamon rolls. I've done this one time before and I absolutely butchered it. So we're gonna try to do it again. A little extra spiciness to this cinnamon roll is gonna be the fact that they're gonna be gluten-free. So I'm completely gluten-free, have been for 6 years because of tummy troubles. So we're gonna try to make it. There aren't too many recipes that you can make that are gluten-free that are actually as good as gluten-filled items. I feel like cinnamon rolls are one of those. Bread is absolutely one of those. I found a recipe on the internet and I'm gonna attempt to do it. And then I don't know if I'm gonna make an icing. I'm kind of like hit or miss on the icing. Icing absolutely helps if it turns out bad, but if they're good, might not need icing. First step is to bloom the yeast. If you don't know what dry activated yeast is, it's essentially yeast that's in hibernation, so you gotta warm it up and give it a snack for it to come alive again, and that's what is the rising agent in your dough, if you don't know. So I'm taking a cup of milk, that's 8 ounces or 250 milliliters. The imperial system, man. So like I said, you gotta give the yeast a snack, and there is a little bit of sugar in milk, but I'm gonna take like half a teaspoon out of my total sugar for the dough and put it and dissolve it into the milk to help get that yeast extra alive, because I don't know what it is, but gluten-free things tend not to rise as well. Trying to give it every single bit of help it possibly can have. How are you? How are you? Are you warm yet? It's pretty warm. It's hot to my hand, but it's not boiling. So I'm gonna take my tiny whisk in the sugar and then the yeast. I'm gonna set this not so great smelling cup of yeasty milk off to the side and let the yeast come alive. It'll start to get frothy, and that's how you know the yeast are active again. So now we're gonna start mixing up the dough. It calls for 1/3 cup of butter, but I'm lactose intolerant. So I'm cutting part of the butter mixture with coconut oil. Coconut oil acts very similar in dough as butter does. You may be thinking, Carrie, I thought you were trying to make this not gross. Why are you deviating from the recipe? I don't have an answer for you, but butter also tastes delicious. Also, if you're not using Kerrygold butter, you're wrong. And don't think I'm biased just because my name is Carrie, and that's the only reason why I like Kerrygold butter. No, it's really good. Then I'm gonna add the rest of the sugar, put that in there with the butter and coconut oil, cream them together for a few minutes, then we'll add the other ingredients and we'll be almost done with the dough. So butter, oil, and sugar are all creamed together. It's light and fluffy. We can start adding the other ingredients. We've let our milk sit for a few minutes and it's gotten gross and frothy. So I'm gonna add 2 eggs before the 4 cups of flour, then milk. And then we're almost done with the dough. Pro tip, if you are absolute garbage at cracking eggs like me, don't have your mixer on. I've made that mistake too many times where a big chunk of eggshell will get in there and then it's pulverized and now I guess you have extra fiber in your dough. Why am I 27 years old and can't crack it? That was really good. Maybe I just gotta be self-deprecating while I crack eggs. All right, now I'm adding in the flour bit by bit. It's gonna get thick. I have half of the flour in. Before I incorporate the rest of it, I'm adding my secret ingredient for all of my gluten-free delights. So anytime I bake anything that's gluten-free, I use Metamucil. And I do drink it also because fiber is good for you. So I'm gonna add in a teaspoon of Metamucil. It kind of repulses me, but it really does help kind of bind things together. The Metamucil kind of turns into like a gel that binds everything together. I mean, that's what it does in your gut, so. Then we add the milk. My dough is all incorporated and I can easily pick her up So to rise the dough, or proof it, depending on who you talk to. Oh God, that just sprayed in my face. You gotta grease a bowl. So this has to proof for an hour. You gotta put it in a warm place, but I live in a very cold home and it is currently 20 degrees outside. I love January. I learned a great little tip. Preheat your oven to the lowest temperature it goes, and mine is about 170 degrees Fahrenheit. Turn the oven off, leave the door open, and put your dough inside and let it proof in that kind of warm air that's in there. I'm gonna put it in the oven. Yeah, so I'm gonna clean up while this proves, and then we'll come back to make the filling, roll out the dough, and actually bake them. I just finished cleaning. It took me 30 minutes, which means that there's 30 minutes left to proof the dough. So I thought, what a great time to make the filling. So we can just assemble, bake, and have delicious cinnamon rolls. The filling is super simple. It's just brown sugar, cinnamon, that you sprinkle on top of butter that you spread across the dough once it's been rolled out. Oh my God, am I not gonna have enough cinnamon? Can you see inside there? That's all the cinnamon that I have left. Like, I had just enough. And then you just mix it up. One of my New Year's resolutions is to actually get a core set of baked goods that I like. Write down recipes that I like. I got my sugar cookies done. I really have mastered my sugar cookie recipe. I just want to have that arsenal. Like, I want to be that lady that has like a Rolodex of index cards that have recipes written on it. So all I have is sugar cookies, which I got around Christmas. And a few years ago, I nailed a lemon pound cake. I want cinnamon rolls. I don't want to deprive myself of such joys of life. I don't know, my other New Year's resolution is just, I want to try to get back into filmmaking. I mean, this is just a tiptoe into filmmaking, so hi to the 7 people that watch me. Nice to have you here. We'll just make stuff and do things together. It'll be cute, it'll be lovely. We have our proofed dough, just about doubled in size. So now I'm going to roll her out. Oh my God, I just remembered a story from when I was in biology class, or if it was chemistry, but it was in high school. We were doing something where we were growing yeast, and a bunch of girls were like terrified of touching the yeast or getting close or breathing it in because they were afraid that they'd get a yeast infection. And I remember my one teacher was like, okay, like, you're not gonna get a yeast infection from this, ladies. Yeast is everywhere. It's already on your skin, so calm down. Because, you know, like 15-year-old girls like, oh my God. Or at least I was. So I'm taking an offset spatula because I find it a lot easier to spread on a flat surface. Has this even been entertaining? Can someone please tell me if this has been entertaining or not? But I'm gonna sprinkle the cinnamon sugar all over the buttered dough. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, so here we are. Everything's pretty much covered. It's a kind of a mess, but it's time to roll it up. And I am absolutely going to break it. I've given up on this side. I just want a straight roll. I'm gonna hope for the best. And just cut it with a knife. Maybe just straight down is the best technique. Ugh. Maybe not. Ah. All right, so I have this like a cheesecake pan, and this is my dish I'm gonna do the next proof in. I left the 12th one out. Probably squeeze her in here. There we go. Okay. The dough is proving once again for 30 minutes. We will put it into a 350-degree oven, bake it for 18 minutes. I should look that up. Yeah, 18 to 20 minutes. And then we'll have nice cinnamon rolls, and we can just eat clementines in the meantime. We did it! Cinnamon rolls are out of the oven. They look great. They look really good, and I'm gonna try a piece. Let's try it. That's pretty good. I mean, it definitely would be even better if I made icing, but I'm not going out to the store, so. Thanks for watching. My house smells great now. It smells like cinnamon and sugar and butter. I kind of forgot how long it takes to make cinnamon rolls. Just with waiting around for the dough to proof and rise is just an hour and a half. I did much better this time than I did the first time. The first time I forgot to put one of the eggs in the dough. Thanks for being here. I'm sorry if I'm lower energy, but man, I've been doing this since 10 and now it's 2. Okay, bye. There's a hole in my bag. Too fast, too fast. Too fast, not furious enough. 57 degrees. I gotta stop doing the rock and roll hands. Oh my God, I'm so overexposed. I look even more like a ghost. Great.